Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today I wanted to do a quick video just summing up some of my thoughts that I've had on BlizzCon. I just finished watching the opening ceremony as well as the initial panels, and being a massive Blizzard fan, just kind of wanted to get down some of my thoughts about the reveals that we've just seen. So the biggest one, the one they opened the show up with, was Diablo 4, definitely one that we've all been waiting for. If you remember last year's BlizzCon, they basically only announced Diablo Immortal, which is a mobile game, not very pleasing to the PC crowd, to be honest with you. So this year round, especially with the controversy, they really had to do something special. And I think they've done a pretty good job. From the footage, it looks like it's a direct continuation of Diablo 3, so very similar art style, although they have said it's going to be a lot more gritty, very dark, similar to how Diablo 2 was. That really gave you an eerie feeling when you played that game. You just got a sense that the world was basically gone to crap, for lack of a better word. And this time it looks like we are going to get a female antagonist. I'm not going to show the entire cinematic trailer in this video because it's actually about 9 minutes long. It's really awesome though, so just search it. You know, it's probably all over the internet by this time. In fact, you've probably already seen it. So yeah, you normally, I suppose, I don't know if you can really call Diablo a he or a she, but to me, it's usually looked like some sort of a male entity. This time, it seems it's going to be a female one. So she goes by the name of Lilith. She's the daughter of Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who we famously fought in Diablo 2. So far, they have revealed 3 different classes for the game. So the Barbarian is coming back. We're getting the Sorceress, which is going to be similar to the Wizard, but was actually a class from Diablo 2. And then we're also going to be seeing the return of the Druid, which was a class from the Diablo 2 expansion pack, the Lord of Destruction. I think that's definitely one of the classes that people really wanted in Diablo 3 and never got it. The Druid has always been top of the pick whenever players have been asked about those sorts of things, so it's really good to see them put that in. Now, a couple of other things they mentioned about the world is this time around you're going to get co-op content, so you'll see here in the background there is some massive demon, and apparently this requires a number of players to take down. Now, in other Diablo games you had to basically team up with a party in order to see any other players, essentially. Apparently in Diablo 4 you're going to be just running into players that you can either choose to fight in PvP mode, or you can actually choose to team up with them. And if you want to take on some of these larger demons, that's what you're going to have to do to take them down. The world too apparently is going to be much bigger than it has been in the other Diablo games. So the sort of lore behind the world of Sanctuary is pretty vast, but when you actually play the game, it's quite linear. You just go from zone to zone, and whilst the zones are fairly large and you can explore them in any order that you want, you still are essentially joining the dots together and progressing through the game in a very linear fashion. Apparently in Diablo 4, the world is going to be larger. You're going to be able to branch off from the main storyline and go and do some other activities. So as opposed to a game like Diablo 3 where you have to work your way all the way through the main storyline and then you get access to rifts and all of that sort of content, you're going to be actually able to do that at any point during your leveling up journey. So if you want to break off, take a little rest from the campaign and just go and kill some demons, you're going to be able to do that. And apparently, to facilitate our travel in this larger world, we are now going to have access to mounts. Another big thing is that they are going back to the talent or the skill system that they had in Diablo 2. So in Diablo 3, if you're used to playing that game, each skill has a number of runes that you can select for it, and that will alter the sort of base of the skill. But ultimately, these runes and these skills are unlocked as you level up, and with each level you will unlock something new. But in Diablo 2, you had a skill tree system where you could actually select which abilities and where you wanted to put those skill points, and you got a number of those skill points every time you leveled up, so it looks like they're going back to that system for Diablo 4. Now, if you, like me, are looking forward to this game, don't get your hopes up, guys. It's not coming out anytime soon, they say, so I would think that means not even in 2020, probably 2021, so it's going to be quite a while off yet. Okay, so that was Diablo 4. The other big title that they unveiled is Overwatch 2. So this game is an interesting decision in my mind to why Blizzard would decide to go down the route of making an Overwatch 2, because that is essentially the same thing as making CSGO 2 or Fortnite 2, you know, when the base game is already booming and doing very well for itself, why would you go and make a direct sequel? How is it possibly going to trump the original game? And apparently the way they've chosen to do that is mainly by having a single player campaign and co-op missions that you can do with friends to accompany the multiplayer portion of the game. Now, of course, they don't want people who are playing the original Overwatch and have spent years and years unlocking all those different skins for their heroes to be left out in the cold, so they have promised that all of the new maps that are coming out with Overwatch 2 and all of the new heroes are also going to be available for original Overwatch players. So, you know, perhaps if you're somebody who doesn't really care for the lore behind the characters, you don't really care about single player campaigns or co-op hero missions, you can just stick with Overwatch original and you're gonna get all the same heroes, you're gonna have all the same maps. Although, I will say, how long is Blizzard seriously going to support a live service for the original Overwatch once Overwatch 2 has been out for a year or so? I think it's just going to be a normal transition that everyone will buy the game. Now, you might say, why don't they just simply create a single player campaign and put it into Overwatch, or, you know, create some more co-op missions and put those in? And well, I think it basically just comes down to money. Of course, they're going to be able to sell Overwatch 2 with a $60 price tag on it. Also, as well as original Overwatch players getting all of the new maps and the new heroes, if you choose to buy Overwatch 2, all of your skins from the original game will transfer over to the new game. So everything you've been working hard on to unlock through events and whatnot, you're going to keep all of that stuff. Now, another thing that's going to be new in the game is a progression system. So we saw a little clip here of Tracer, and it seems that you can get up to level 10 at least and unlock a variety of different abilities. And I think these can be used in multiplayer. So this isn't just a campaign or co-op thing. This is actually going to be like a new tier of player choice that you have, if you will, within the multiplayer portion of the game. Now, art-wise, to me, the game looks pretty damn similar to the original Overwatch. That only came out 3 years ago in 2016, so I wouldn't really expect, you know, the artwork, well, maybe not the artwork, but the graphical fidelity of the game to have come on in leaps and bounds. That's understandable, so you're not really getting much of an upgrade in terms of how the game looks. It's essentially just a big bonus add-on of content, and honestly, I'm not really quite sure how I feel about this. I think if you're somebody who's played through all of the different events that you can unlock in Overwatch, like the seasonal events that let you go against AI opponents and maybe have a little bit of backstory to one of the characters, if you're somebody who enjoys those things and you play them time and again, then you're probably going to love having a campaign in Overwatch 2 and co-op missions. But if you're more like me and really the main thing you enjoy in Overwatch is playing it for what it is, a team-based, skillful multiplayer game, I honestly don't really have any major interest in like the story behind the characters, even though Blizzard have made some really nice cinematics for them and I watch those and they're impressive. I mainly play the game for the gameplay's sake, for the multiplayer gameplay, the same reason I would play a game like CSGO. You know, to me, it's the same thing. If they tacked on a single player campaign for CSGO, I'd probably play through it once, just for the hell of it, but that would be that. That wouldn't be the core of the game. It wouldn't be the selling point for me. It seems here for me that the selling point of Overwatch 2 is the fact that there is some single player content and some co-op content, as well as the multiplayer part of the game. So, I don't know, I guess it just depends what you're really into. I know a lot of people have been asking for more single player content in Overwatch, fleshing out of the characters' stories and more sort of world lore. So maybe I'm in the minority here who doesn't really care about those kinds of things, but let me know down below what you guys think. Sorry if this video's been a bit rambly, guys. I've literally just finished watching it. It's about 11 PM at night, and this is totally unscripted, so I just thought I'd, you know, give you guys some of my thoughts, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think down in the comment section as well below. So I'm going to leave it there for this one, guys. Have a nice evening or morning whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.